We continue our look here at the 2020 season for Nebraska, as today we look at Nebraska's offensive line, and you can make a case that this is probably the deepest position group overall on the offense as the Huskers return all 5 starters from a year ago, but they add a lot more pieces coming off redshirts, transfers, etc. that make this a very intriguing group on paper. But it starts off with left tackle Brendan Hymus. A year ago, he was one of the top pass protection graded linemen in the conference, according to Pro Football Focus. You've got Matt Farniak. I think the question is he a right guard or a right tackle? And a lot of that will stem on redshirt freshman Bryce Benhart, who they would like to be the right tackle. But as of right now, Farniak is an option for either one of those positions. Then you've got sophomore Cam Jurgens, who a year ago started out as an offensive center for the first time in his career. He had his ups and downs, but I think everybody expects Jurgens to take a step forward at that center position. Then next to him at left guard is Bo Wilson, a veteran that's really been an on and off starter for the last 3 seasons for Nebraska. Now Wilson will go into his 5th season here in the program. And then there's a lot of other just depth behind those guys. You have Broc Bando, you have Will Farniak. All those guys can play on the inside when you break down this line. Then Trent Hickson. Trent Hickson was a starter a year ago. I think today he would not be projected as a starter, but when you can have him in that group with all of this depth you have, it just tells you how much further ahead this offensive line is at, say, where it was a year ago. Then the real wild card to me is redshirt freshman Ethan Piper. They think he has a chance to win a starting job. A lot depends on if, say, Farniak moved out to right tackle, a guy like Piper could end up being the starting right guard in that scenario. Another redshirt freshman to keep your eyes on is left tackle Brant Banks. He's going to go in probably as your number 2 at left tackle. 6-year senior Christian Gaylord also returns. He'll work on the right side of this offensive line. And then the Huskers added a transfer with Division I starting experience and sophomore Nuri Nuellen, the former German foreign exchange student that played his high school ball at Norris, graduated high school a year early. So a year ago was technically his senior season of high school, was able to be a starter at CSU. Well, he's now immediately eligible at Nebraska, and don't be surprised if Nuelle has a chance to contend for playing time. Well, that's a look here at Nebraska's offensive line. We'll switch over to defense next. For HuskerOnline.com, I'm Sean Callahan.